Hey, what's up you guys? This is Junior Trader, and in this video for the morning update, let's take a look at Tesla, Nvidia, AMD, SMCI, ARM, Broadcom, Micron, and Intel. So starting off with Tesla right away, let's get to the hourly interval because that's where all the price action is that we need to focus on. So as I said yesterday as well that we are not fully out of the supply zone. We have been rejecting at that $427 level. And for today, there was more likelihood, as I mentioned, that will slip below 415 area. And then we might see a rebound closer to 200 hours moving average, thus forming this double bottom. So we got that in the morning though. We did rebound, but you can see again we are selling off up on the lower highs range, right? So we have been forming lower highs. Here we go. So there's still sell-off pressure. The rebound came, but as I said, just traded day trade only right now. And that was, you can take it as either a rebound or whatever type of trade you are taking. It's both side of plays for you today. But there is not much room below it right now. We have to lose 200 hours moving average before there is much more room that will come to the downside. So that was what we were watching today, that as we continue lower, there's some rebound potential with the double bottom, which came in the pre-market. But as I just showed you, now I'm on the 5 minutes interval that we are afterwards still selling off in this area, right? Almost at lower highs. And so unfortunately, no, right now, this 419 level that I also gave you, that is also an area where it didn't go up pretty much, right? So it rejected right over there. And yeah, right now it's weak. And if anyhow it can get above 415 again for the day, then it would be that, okay, things are turning around again. But otherwise, this double bottom held though the first time, but the second, well, but we are still in the lower highs and that is still coming down. So at this point, I would avoid trading within these two areas. 415 above, sure, upside can be looked again. Otherwise, downside right now, I would want it to also lose 200 hours moving average if that happens. Otherwise, you have to wait and watch if we get above 415 or 200 hours moving average below. So that's pretty much on Tesla. It's still a intraday play. It's not, well, it's not so, well, it's still technically doing a pullback on the daily interval. It's not a swing short right now. And for the swing long, well, we need to see where the pullback will complete itself, and the confirmations for that will come from the lower time frame, as I just gave you some of the levels. For 415 will be one of those, but take it as intraday for now only. Nvidia. So Nvidia just been fine, as I said yesterday as well, that pullbacks are just going to be bullish on this thing. And I mean, it's still bullish. Pullbacks are still getting bought back up, as what I mentioned yesterday. Hourly interval, you know, there was this one next level, 144 significant level. We are finding a support there. That's pretty much it's just in the bullish structure still. Again, if you're in this position, keep taking partial profits. There's this demand zone sitting here, right? We got a bounce right at that demand zone with the significant level. So we're still fine. We're still fine. Pullbacks are still getting bought back up. We are still in the bullish structure on this thing. I'm not seeing anything bearish, but since we are extended, keep taking partial profits. You can reload in the pullbacks. That's pretty much what remains on the play for Nvidia right now. AMD. AMD just fine. Still, well, pullback is getting bought back up. As I said, there's strength in this, and on the hourly interval is where we want to be. And I gave you this, that this supply zone turned into the demand zone here and this wick. And today also we got a buying right at that area. So we are still fine. Technically, yeah, that was just a pullback and we are just getting bought back up. We are still bullish as well on AMD, at least on the near term. Intraday and everything, pullback is still getting bought back up. And yeah, it's just now waiting and watching the breakout of the levels above. I will get rid of this trend line, but still keep an eye on this. Keep taking partial profits if you took this play today at the demand level for the intraday, because we are getting underneath of that trend line. But I think it will be fine. Overall, we need to close above 123 and 51 cents today to keep that momentum running on this thing and not giving it a chance of forming a lower high. So that's an important. So this is where you should be watching price action closely as well, where it is right now. All in all, it's fine, and we're getting closer to the earnings time as well, which are not that though soon, but well, it's in February. Yeah, so 4th of February, so we would be seeing something, price. I'll talk about closer to that day, though, about how price action may react through the earnings and what it means. But yeah, so far so good. SMCI, well, it's doing its dance, and it's still technically holding that bullish structure though. So, anyways, yeah, pullbacks is still getting bought back up, and as I said yesterday as well, that there are a couple of things. Well, sure, the significant level is still holding here. Yes, we didn't do a breakout right away. 34, that will be great. That would have been great. We came down, but we found the support at the significant level below because we are looking uptrend as well, because overall structure remains still bullish on this thing. And it's fine. It's found the support at significant level there. So for the day, its structure is still on the uptrend side on that as well. ARM, okay. So ARM is doing a sell-off today, but look, the sentimental blue box that I gave you, $157 all the way to 163, is still just a pullback zone. Only if we lose this below, I would consider it's a directional shift on this. Otherwise, it's still technically fine. You can use any of these areas, and you can also use this one as well. Like it's a potential line. I don't want to see it come that low, but we are still just fine on this thing. Let's take a look at the hourly interval. Yeah, we do have a lower high today, and very, very clear lower high. We lost one of the significant levels. Unfortunately, 220 hours moving average didn't give it any price reaction support. It did give it a rejection though, right? That's what we are watching in the price action. Did it break? And then what is it doing then? It's still rejecting and then came down. Trying to find the support at one of those significant level with the blue box, but we do have a lower high on the intraday on this right now. So that's not a right now, I would say not a good sign. So there's weakness on the intraday, but this is the zone you're watching. If it has to turn around again, you'll have to see where it's gonna structure is going to turn bullish on the hourly interval. For example, my tools, it's right now red here, right? So we have to see where it turns green again. So all right, Broadcom. So Broadcom, as I said today, that I expect around on the hourly interval. That's where it's all makes sense. So as I mentioned that I do expect a weakness on this thing today, and we lost the trend line. We stayed below 241 and 74 cents. It's just coming lower. That's pretty much what I said I expected, and that's what we are getting today. Yes, expect some near-term downside on this right now the way it is. Overall structure has a room to get bought back up though. Yeah, overall structure still has a room to get bought back up, but on the hourly interval, we'll have to wait and see where that confirmation would come. That could be anywhere, right? Like anywhere, what I mean by anywhere, like, right? So once we dip lower, where would we form higher highs and higher lows? At this point, only and only if we can get above and close above 239 and 51 cents today, then only bulls have some again hope. Otherwise, no. It's still going to stay in the downtrend. There is definitely weakness on the lower time frame. So overall structure, we are going through the pullback for sure. Micron. Let's get to the daily interval. And as on Micron, I said that, guys, look, we have completed our first leg of the play. Right around that blue box area, I said that just take partial profits. The next stage will be above the blue box. And for this very reason, because today we are seeing a pullback, right? And see, I told you, take the partial profits, right? For the very reason the first stage was completed. Now, sure, pullback, let it happen. But this pullback on the lower time frame is not a pullback, right? Overall structure is still fine, but on the intraday we are weakening, and we do have a lower highs from yesterday almost. I did give you a caution on this thing. Actually, in the post market, it sold off, came down to the significant level, and now below we are just rejecting that significant level. At this point, technically, it has a room. We'll have to see where it, because overall structure is still bullish, so it's technically a pullback. But where will be pullback completing? Well, we have to change the structure bullish on this thing first. We are in the red structure, right? We're in the red structure here. We are losing the cloud as well, which is not a good sign. Now, definitely we'll have to get above the significant level above at least before we can turn bullish again. We are still in the lower highs, lower lows on the lower time frame. Yes, overall structure is fine. Because that is a pullback, but on the lower time frame it's already weakening. If you are doing a day trade or whatnot, that's weakening. All right, so yeah, Intel. Oh, Intel is coming down, right? So, well, it is, it is what it is, but definitely this blue box still remains the target. That target in a way is a stop loss zone. Until then, we still have to treat it as a bullish structure. As long as we stay above this $20.65 area, we are just fine on Intel, technically, structurally. Accordingly, build the position size in and out, but you should be looking at bullish play. And definitely, we'll have to use the lower time frame to see where that extra confirmation is. Right now, Intel is also weak on the hourly interval. If we can, well, we will have to get above again the significant level 21.65 from where we are to turn bullish right away from here. Otherwise, right now we're gonna cool off, and then we are still waiting where it will form again an uptrend, if it will form. So we are watching the price action. And that's all I have for you guys in this video, and hope you found it helpful, valuable. I just want to take a look at AMD. Yeah, it's looking strong. Let's actually bring it in picture again, because yeah, it's a good price action. I'm really liking it. Yeah, it's going strong. So yeah, all good. Just before wrapping up, let's take a look at Nvidia. Tesla is still a little bit weaker. And let's take a look at Nvidia. Yeah, Nvidia is fine. All right, guys, see you in the next video. Take care. Bye.